In the turbulent landscape of late 18th century Europe, one man's rise would alter the course of history forever. This is the story of Napoleon Bonaparte, a figure whose ambition, genius, and charisma would shape an era. As the century reached its twilight years, a revolution was brewing in France. The old order was crumbling, and a new world was being born from its ashes. The monarchy, once the bedrock of French society, was being challenged by the forces of change. Ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity were spreading like wildfire, igniting the hearts of the French people. This was the French Revolution, a tumultuous and transformative period that would forever change the face of France. Amid this chaos, a young Corsican named Napoleon Bonaparte emerged, his sights set on greatness. With France in chaos, opportunities for advancement were ripe for those bold enough to seize them. Born in Corsica in 1769, Napoleon Bonaparte was immersed in a world of tumult and change from a young age. His birthplace, an island with a fiery spirit of independence, was a newly acquired territory of France. This cultural intersection would later play a significant role in shaping his identity and ambitions. Napoleon's parents, of minor nobility, ensured he received a good education. They sent him to mainland France, where he attended military school. Here, the young Corsican found himself immersed in a new world, learning the art of warfare and the nuances of French culture. He was a dedicated student, known for his voracious appetite for knowledge, devouring books on history, philosophy, and the military sciences. As he grew older, Napoleon's fascination with the military turned into a passion. His brilliance and determination didn't go unnoticed. The French Revolution, which began when Napoleon was just 20 years old, presented him with an opportunity. The world was changing, and he intended to be at the forefront of that change. His first real test came during the Siege of Toulon in 1793, where he was instrumental in driving out the British forces. This victory not only marked the beginning of his military career, but also his rapid rise through the ranks. By the age of 24, he was appointed as the commander of the French army in Italy. His strategies and innovative battle tactics during the Italian campaign brought him to the attention of the political elite. His victories in battle earned him fame and admiration, not just within his ranks, but across all of France. His ability to inspire his soldiers and his strategic brilliance caught the eye of those in power. Napoleon was not just a military genius, he was a man of the people. He understood the revolutionary ideals that had swept through France and used them to his advantage. His popularity soared, and with it, his ambition. Napoleon Bonaparte, the son of minor Corsican nobility, was on the path to becoming the most powerful man in France. In 1799, amidst the chaos of post-revolutionary France, Napoleon seized power in a daring coup d'état. As the French government grappled with political instability and public unrest, Napoleon, with his keen strategic mind and unyielding ambition, saw an opportunity. Orchestrating a swift and calculated takeover, he capitalized on the power vacuum left by the dissipating revolution, positioning himself at the helm of the French state. This coup, known as the Coup of 18 Brumaire, marked a significant turning point in French history. It signaled the end of the French Revolution and the beginning of Napoleon's era. As first consul, Napoleon assumed the powers of the executive branch, wielding unprecedented authority over the French state. His ascension to power was not just a personal triumph, but a transformational moment for France, and indeed, the whole of Europe. He proclaimed himself first consul, effectively becoming the ruler of France. With unmatched ambition, Napoleon set out to expand his influence beyond France's borders. His vision was not confined to the French territories. He looked far beyond, envisioning a Europe united under his rule. Such audacious dreams required audacious actions, and Napoleon was not one to shy away from a challenge. From the snow-capped Alps to the sun-drenched sands of Egypt, Napoleon's military campaign spanned the width and breadth of the known world. His audacity was matched only by his strategic brilliance. He was a master of maneuver, a virtuoso of the battlefield whose skill and daring left opposing armies in awe and disarray. Take, for instance, his Italian campaign. Here, a young, ambitious general led an army of France against a coalition of Austrian and Italian forces. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, Napoleon's strategic genius shone through. He divided his enemies, defeated them in detail, and in the process transformed the political landscape of Italy. Then there was the Egyptian campaign, a grand adventure meant to disrupt British trade routes and establish a French presence in the Middle East. Though ultimately unsuccessful, this campaign revealed Napoleon's ability to inspire his men in the face of adversity and showcased his flair for the dramatic. But it was his campaigns across Europe that truly cemented his reputation. From the Battle of Austerlitz, often regarded as his greatest victory, to his relentless pursuit of the Prussian army in the Jena-Auerstedt campaign, Napoleon demonstrated time and again his ability to outmaneuver his opponents and seize victory from the jaws of defeat. His military campaigns, from Italy to Egypt, showcased his tactical genius and solidified his reputation as a military prodigy. Each victory, each conquered territory, was a testament to his ambition, his audacity, and his undeniable genius. For better or for worse, Napoleon Bonaparte had forever changed the face of warfare, and with it, the course of history. In 1804, Napoleon took the ultimate step, crowning himself Emperor of the French. This was a move of immense audacity, but one that demonstrated his unshakable belief in his own destiny. He was no longer a soldier or a consul. He was an emperor, commanding the respect and fear of nations. As emperor, Napoleon had the power to shape France and Europe according to his vision. He reformed the education system, the legal framework, and even the very structure of society. His innovations were so profound that their echoes can still be heard in the modern world. Yet, Napoleon was a man of action as well as thought. He embarked on a series of wars that would come to bear his name, the Napoleonic Wars. These wars were a testament to his military genius and his relentless ambition. They would stretch from Spain to Russia, and they would leave an indelible mark on the face of Europe. His coronation marked the pinnacle of his power and signaled a new era in European politics. Despite his military brilliance, Napoleon's luck eventually ran out. The year was 1815, and Europe was set ablaze by the conflict known as the Battle of Waterloo. This was the stage for Napoleon's most dramatic and decisive defeat. The combined forces of the British, led by the Duke of Wellington, and the Prussians, under the command of Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher, proved too formidable for Napoleon's once invincible Grande Armée. Waterloo marked the end of Napoleon's rule as Emperor of the French and a significant turning point in European history. The defeat was crushing, not only in a military sense, but also symbolically, signaling the fall of a man who had once held Europe in his grasp. Yet, even in defeat, Napoleon's indomitable spirit was evident. He refused to flee, choosing instead to stand with his troops until the bitter end, demonstrating a loyalty and courage that was both commendable and tragically futile. Following the loss at Waterloo, Napoleon was captured by the British. He was then exiled, not to the Mediterranean island of Elba as he had been previously, but this time to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. It was here, thousands of miles away from the continent he once dominated, that Napoleon would spend his final days. In the solitude of his exile, Napoleon had time to reflect on his extraordinary life. From his humble beginnings in Corsica to his meteoric rise through the ranks of the French military, his seizure of power, his unprecedented rule as emperor, and finally, his dramatic downfall. Each chapter marked by ambition, genius, and an insatiable desire for power. While his exile was a far cry from the grandeur of his reign, it provided Napoleon with a different kind of power, the power of perspective. He was able to see the full scope of his impact, not just on France, but on the whole of Europe, forever changing the course of history. Defeated but not forgotten, Napoleon was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena, where he would spend the remainder of his days reflecting on his remarkable rise and fall. Napoleon Bonaparte's legacy endures as a testament to the power of ambition, genius, and the indomitable human spirit. Born from the chaos of the French Revolution, Napoleon's meteoric rise to power transformed France and, indeed, the world. His military campaigns rewrote the rules of warfare, while his political maneuvers shaped the course of nations. Even in defeat, his influence was undeniable. From the introduction of the Napoleonic Code, which continues to form the basis of civil law in many parts of the world, to his influence on education, administration, and the arts, his fingerprints are all over modern society. In many ways, we are still living in the world Napoleon made. His story is a powerful reminder of how one individual, armed with determination, talent, and a dash of audacity, can leave an indelible mark on history. Napoleon Bonaparte's legacy endures as a testament to the power of ambition, genius, and the indomitable human spirit.